I'm reviewing the TNA Impact Wrestling episode on April 6, 2017. The first match of the night started off with Eli Drake beating Caleb Colony. Caleb Colony, something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he was a local competitor that Eli Drake ended up beating at the first match. Yeah, it wasn't a 5-star match. It wasn't even a 1-star match, but it was basically Eli Drake facing a jobber. But yeah, some people thought Eli Drake was starting a job in the new regime, but he only lost 2 matches, And yeah, he spoke up, for the guys in the back, for what was going on with new owners. But I'm not going to get into that. But Eli Drake, he's looking good though. He don't seem like to be jobbing or anything. Losing 2 times. 2 or 3, 2 times, don't make you a jobber, but if you lose 3 times or more, then, that's where you're really a jobber. But Eli Drake, I don't think they're going to do anything bad with him unless he really gets on their bad side. I think there's a falling out with him and the owners, but anyways, I think he'll become world champion. It could be sometime this year, the near future, a couple of years down the road, but I think right now it could be a good time for him to be world champion, especially since TNA don't got too many of their originals there, or their big stars. A lot of them left, and some of them recently left too, like the Hardys and Mike Bennett. So he could fill Mike Bennett's spot, and become world champion. Also, I believe it was a gauntlet match. I believe it was a knockouts gauntlet match or something. It's kind of like a battle royale at first, this match, but you got to get all the knockouts out of the ring, and then the last 2 standing, the rules change. Instead of when it's the last 2 in the ring, instead of them trying to throw, one of them over the top rope, it's, the rules change and becomes a regular match where they got to, win by pinfall or submission. The last 2 competitors were ODB and Madison Rain. I believe the first was probably 10 knockouts or something like that. I can't remember. The last 2 were ODB and Madison Rain, and ODB ended up picking up the win to be the #1 contender for the Knockouts Championship. There was a triple threat X Division match for the #1 contender, I believe. No, never mind. Andre Everett, was pretty, trying to, he had to go through this triple threat match so he could be, closer to facing Trevor Lee for the X Division Championship. I believe it's because of, Hurricane Helms, he's trying to put him through things, put him through, trying to, make him jump through hoops just to face, Andrew Everett for the X Division Championship. But yeah, Hurricane Helms, yeah, just, he just don't want, anything. He don't want him or Trevor Lee don't want anything to do with Andrew Everett. Yeah, they don't want, they're trying to stop Andrew Everett from facing him. They're trying to stop Andrew Everett from facing Trevor Lee for the X Division Championship. So, yeah, Andrew Everett had to go through this match with Suicide and RC Rocket, triple threat match, and Andrew Everett won. I can't remember the quality of the match, or how many stars I'll give, but it was an okay match. I can't remember too much. I've done these reviews in the past, but I really didn't have a thing to do with it. You know how it is. Alberto Del Rio, or should I say Alberto El Patron, beat a jobber. He beat a jobber tonight. On this episode, the April 6, 2017 episode of Impact that I'm reviewing. And it wasn't, like I said about the first match with Eli Drake and Caleb Conley, it wasn't a 5-star match or even a 1-star match. It was just, Alberto El Patron, faced the jobber, and he won, to protect him and make El Patron look, good and dominant. And Patron, he's on a mission to beat Bobby Lashley for the TNA, or should I say now, the renamed and rebranded Impact World Heavyweight Championship. I hate to say it like that, but I still consider it the TNA World Championship. But, that's my opinion, I'd say it's a fact, too, but, Anthem owns it now, so you know how it is. But Umberto El Patron is, on a waging warship, and, he's on a mission to go through anyone, and, no one's going to stopping him, He's red hot to, be a number one contender and face last year for the World Championship. And Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, the last man standing match, I believe that was the main event. Actually, no, I can't remember. That might have not been the main event. But yeah, that was a pretty good match, so yeah, I really, wish they wouldn't, use the weapons too much or anything, or, not hurt themselves too much, but, but that's just me caring, as a person, Anyways, yeah, it was a pretty good match, though, but yeah. But yeah, I don't like whenever Davey Richards kicked Eddie Edwards with the steel chain, and I don't think that part was fake. I thought I actually heard the chain whenever he kicked him in the head. It sounded pretty hard because Davey Richards, when he kicks, I hear it. It sounds loud when he kicks someone, and he had a steel chain wrapped around his leg. But yeah, it was a good match. Besides that, but yeah, it was probably one of the best matches out of the night. But yeah, some other episodes I'm going to review were better than others, That was the review of Impact April 16th, 2017.